Hello, it's the Friday Talkie. I have been asked several times this week, have I seen the new Commodore 64 that's coming out? It's being brought to us by Commodore USA. Alright, I've had a look at this, I've looked into it a bit. Let's be clear about one thing right from the start. Commodore USA is not Commodore. In the same way that Atari, no product placement here, is not Atari. The company that we know and love, founded by Nolan Bushnell, has not existed for a long time. Commodore USA, it is no more related to that company that was run by Jack Tramiel than Atari that is now is related to that company that was run by Jack Tramiel. It's not the same thing. Anyway, ignoring that because it's completely irrelevant, the Commodore 64, the new one, I've had a look at it. What can I, well, not physically, I've looked at the specs. What can I tell you? It's a PC. They're not hiding that fact. They're quite open about the fact that it is a PC. It's got a mini ITX PC motherboard running a dual-core 525 Atom processor and NVIDIA Ion 2 graphics chipset. I don't know if that's good or not. I know Atom processors, well, I've got one of them in my netbook, so we're probably not talking groundbreaking performance here, but that doesn't matter. So you've got a PC that can run Commodore 64 software. You can choose at boot up. Are you going to be a PC running Windows, apparently, or Commodore 64 software? I'm betting it doesn't have tape loading, but I might be wrong. Okay, so what makes that any different from what you've got already? You've got a PC, I've got a PC, you can run Commodore 64 software on your PC, and so can I on mine. The only difference is it doesn't look like a Commodore 64, and that's it. One of their selling points on this Commodore 64 is that it uses the same micro switches under the keys, so they feel the same as the original, and the keys are the same shape. Okay, this I find really funny. This is at the bottom of the page. They haven't hidden it, but it is at the bottom. Note: Commodore OS 1, along with emulation functionality and classic game package, will be mailed to purchasers when available. In the meantime, unit comes with the Ubuntu 10.04 blah blah operating system on CD ready to install. So does it not come with Windows installed initially? Hold on. You can even install and use the latest version of Windows if you really feel... Okay, so it doesn't come with Windows on board. They send you a PC with nothing on it, and initially you get to install Ubuntu. And they'll mail you the Commodore 64 emulator later. Okay, why are people getting excited about this system? I am not knocking it. It's probably a perfectly functional PC that just happens to look like a Commodore 64. But why, I don't understand. I mean, the number of people who have sent me messages and saying, hey, have you seen the new Commodore 64? And I'm like, it's not a Commodore 64. You can buy them for £35 on eBay. This is a PC that costs between $350 and $900 from Commodore USA. I don't understand why people are getting excited. I would get excited if someone would bring back the Amiga. The Amiga would be relevant. It was always about advanced technology for the time. It was about looking ahead. It was about progression and being the best it could be, which in the end wasn't as good as it should have been. But that was what it was about. Execution wasn't quite as it should have been. But to bring that back would make sense. To bring back the Commodore 64, an 8-bit machine that was discontinued because it was no longer relevant, I don't understand. Yeah, nostalgia, I totally get. I've got a Commodore 64 and I like using it. I don't like the tapes, but I like having a Commodore 64. But you can buy one for £35. Why the hell would you buy a PC that looks like it? I don't get it. I really don't. when you can do all of that on your PC anyway. But, talking about the Amiga, going back a little bit, I had a quick look on the Commodore USA site, and they're also selling Amiga 1000, Amiga 2000, Amiga 3000, and I was excited. I thought, awesome, they're actually going to do what I want and give us some new Amigas. Do you know what they are? They're not even PCs. They're cases. They're PC cases, black ones. They don't look anything like Amigas ever looked. They have got nothing whatsoever to do with Amigas, except they've used the name. There is some really, really, really cynical marketing going on here. I don't like it. This Commodore 64, I suppose, amuses me a bit because it's kind of like a bad joke. Here's a PC that looks like a Commodore 64. It will run Commodore 64 software when we send you the emulator eventually, but for the moment you just got to run Linux. Yeah, that I find kind of amusing in a bad joke kind of way. But this whole using the Amiga name to sell nasty black plastic PC cases, no, not happy with that. But anyway, yes, that's straying from the point as well. I'm doing an awful lot of straying, but then I do that, don't I? So I mean, not really knocking the 64. What I'm really wanting to say with this video is I don't get it. Am I missing the point? I probably am. I don't want to take a negative view. I just want to understand. Is there a point here that I'm missing, or is there? People are getting excited by it, and I don't understand why. And I would like to know why. Why are people getting excited by this? Because to me, it's just a PC in a Commodore 64 case that out of the box doesn't even run Commodore 64 software. So why the excitement? Someone please explain to me. Yeah, okay. Enough of that. Actually, I was going to say moving on, but I actually have nothing to move on to. I normally have two topics, but I don't today, and I don't even have a shout out because I've been a lazy bastard and haven't gone looking. Yes, nothing has grabbed my attention. So, thank you for watching. I haven't even got a coming up soon thing to say. I don't know what's coming up soon. More of the same. More Archimedes stuff. System reviews, bleh, you know, I just ain't for. Actually, no, there absolutely won't be any for the next couple of weeks. Andrea's on holiday for, you know, she's a teacher, so school is out. So, yeah. It's going to be domestic bliss for 2 weeks. Very little output from me, probably. Why am I doing this? I don't know. Thank you for watching.